How to put your home in a living trust. So this is a 911 for every one of you that have not done it. This is a yes, 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 you must, if you want to protect everything that you own. So I'm going to break it down, give you the details, and tell you exactly who to call and how to get that right help. You do not have to call an estate lawyer. And I can tell you that is a costly error that so many of you make. So specifically, I'm going to talk about what is a living trust and why you do it, right? Just to give you that backstory. I just told you what to do, but now I'm going to tell you why. Number two, who do you need to talk to about setting it up and making sure it's set up right? And number three, who creates the trust documents? Remember, it's not you. And how do you make sure that it's funded right? See, what I know is that most people just say, here, estate lawyer, take my stuff, or they'll even let their estate plan, their tax strategist do it. But park and pray is a big mistake in the trust area, where you just park your money and say, yep, I got a trust, I got a will, my lawyer's got it handled, until you die. Then you realize the I's weren't dotted, the T's weren't crossed, the funding didn't happen properly, and the documents weren't there. So we have a team. In fact, I have a company. It's called Generational Wealth Systems. It's an additional company that I own with another partner, and we operationally do all the work in the front. We make sure that you're funded. We do reviews. We do 3-year reviews. Most people don't. Most estate law firms don't. They'll set it up, and then only if you come forward because you think you need a review, versus we actually initiate the review. Because every 2 to 3 years, you have life changes, which means your trust has to change, your home has to change, the LLCs have to change, the documents have to change. Somebody dies, somebody's born, somebody's divorced. All these changes have to be kept up in documents. Now, are you gonna keep a paperwork up? No. But I can tell you the reason why most people go broke upon a death is their paperwork's not done right. So let's dig in. What is a living trust and why would you put your home in it? So a living trust, I'm actually going to give you the definition, is a revocable living trust, right? It's revocable, whatever word you want to use. It's a legal document that allows you to transfer the ownership of all your assets, including your home. Your home does not have to be in an LLC. That's more of a tax implication, whether you make that decision or not. This could be the home straight into the trust. So your home, your bank accounts, your investments, anything that you own that's an asset in your lifetime can and should be held in trust. So the trust is the legal vehicle that keeps you out of probate. The will is about your stuff. Who gets the art, who gets the furniture, who gets the jewelry, right? That's your stuff. And the pour over will is an extra document that is the what I call just in case. Just in case you forgot to write something down, the pour over will says all of the other stuff that wasn't documented. Now, that can't just be casually done and use like it's going to be the catch-all. You've got to be very mindful that top assets, big assets, have to be documented and moved into the trust legally. LLCs moved into the trust. The home and the mortgage moved to the trust. So critical that you actually have a proper living document and a living trust document with all the paperwork accurately done. We have a team, again, Generational Wealth Systems. Click the link below. Go get an appointment. Free, no obligation. You don't have to buy one. But I can promise you the service we provide and the detail we provide, the compliance year after year to make sure your trust and will, pour over will, all those documents stay intact. Powers of attorney, forgot that one. There's a whole nother document, gives powers of attorney for your health and finance. All need to be put together properly. So please let us help you see our team and we'll have an appointment about it. Who do you need to talk to? And again, I think there's a big myth that only estate lawyers can do this. Now, the truth is they have to review the documents. They don't have to be the ones initiating. So we are an operational team in the front, and we are connected to an entire network in all of North America of estate lawyers. So they will review the documents, but behaviorally, we're going to walk it through with you. There's a lot that you're going to need to write out and decisions you're going to need to make. Upon your death, who gets what? Who are your beneficiaries? How do you want it to all go? Do you want to have generational wealth? Some people want generational wealth. Some people want to just spend it all in their lifetime, and some people want to give it all away at the end of their lifetime. So all of these decisions are part of a conversation, not just a piece of paper or some online form where you just type in and make some simple decision. You need to have some thoughtful conversation, which is what I love to do with you as your coach and mentor. Things to consider, things to think about. Things to think about, like you're going to put your home in the trust. You're going to put the other assets that you own in the trust. If you're going to hand this to your kids and your kids get divorced, is your entire trust going to be broke up, or are you going to do what I call a generational skipping, that your grandkids get it and the other kids don't, or the surviving spouse or the divorced spouse just gets taken care of on life expenses. You can tell I know a lot about this whole category. Can't wait to talk you through it. But putting your house in it is absolutely critical. The minute you buy a house, if you don't have a trust, I would get one at the same time or around that same, month or two and have it all done together. It makes the paperwork a lot easier. So who do you talk to? You talk to our team and make sure that you are getting the documents done correctly. So I'm gonna go through a checklist of step-by-step what you need to do. Before I do that, I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to be here 5 days a week. I want you to click the notification button and not just be here subscribing, but listen. We're gonna be handing out a journal. You'll be getting a journal from us. You can do it electronically or actually just buy one. We'll physically send you a beautiful one with autographs on it. It's gonna be what are you learning and what are you doing day by day by day. We're here 5 days a week for you. Business, finance, money, anything you need to learn money, we're here. So let us help you. If there's a topic that we're not talking about, go to the comment section and put it in. And if you have any questions at any time, go to askloral.com. Ask a question, make a request. I'm always there. Our team will answer it 24 hours a day. Now, how do you know what documents you need set up? Well, you need the trust document, number one, right? The next step is all of the trust outlines the terms and conditions upon your death, your property, your home, your 401k plans, everything you own is going to be listed. So it's a little bit of a heavy lift to put all this in paper, but once it's done, it's done. Transferring of your home is critical. So the transfer of your home, you just can't write it down. You actually have to call your mortgage company. You have to call your insurance company. You have to make sure your trustee is very aware that all of this is now being moved into the trust. So at the bank level, the bank's going to know that your home is actually held in trust. So the bank needs your trust documents or it will not work. See, there's a lot of little details in getting it funded properly that I'm going to say just the stockandblock.coms or some casual firm, and there's law firms who are casual, will just set up the trust, charge you a bunch of money, and hope to God you can figure out the documents. The documents are where all the detail is. So you don't go to probate. The whole goal is that the state doesn't take half of everything you own, including your home. And if you don't set it up right, I've known families who had to sell their home because the estate taxes were so high going through probate because they didn't have a trust. So don't make that mistake. You buy a home, get a trust. It's just goes together. Ethically, I think it should be sold together, but that's my opinion, and I'm pretty aggressive about asset protection and tax, protection. I think that's a lot of the details. As you know, I'm super, super serious about this. Let me mentor and coach you and your family through this, because not only you and your family, your children, their families are all going to end up having homes, having trusts, and they all need to work in unison for the beneficiaries. And especially if you want to be a philanthropist and give at the end of your life or through a foundation during your life, it needs to be set up through the trust because it can actually fund those foundations. So a lot of cool stuff, a lot of fun strategies. I love the creativity of it, which is why I love doing it. So let's be out here listening every day. Let's be out here every day listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.